Welcome back to NTV News First Edition. We're feeling uncertain about so many things at the moment. Personal COVID risks, decisions about masks, booster shots, decisions about whether or not to attend social events, plan vacations, even make financial commitments. And that uncertainty can bring about quite a bit of stress. Well, joining me live to talk about this is Dr. Janine Hubbard with our regular Thursday evening feature, Get Psyched with Dr. Janine. I've missed you. I've been away and I've missed you.
Well, the feeling is mutual. It's so nice for, the tag team to be back together and talking about something that I think if we asked around, almost everybody is feeling. Just this low level, and in some cases a high level, but this low level kind of just discomfort. And when we really start to take it down, it's because the amount of uncertainty that's going on right now has really exploded over the last couple of weeks.
Do all of us respond the same way to this stress, to this uncertainty?
No, and that's one of the interesting things. So certainly different people have different levels of tolerance for uncertainty, and it's not a universal thing. There may be some topics, I'm just going to say decisions about wearing masks, in which people have very strong feelings, and so, the decision, whatever it is they're making, is easy for them. But then there's other things, like say we've just heard about, a fourth booster, and is it better to do it immediately? Is it better to do it in the fall? There's different life circumstances. So then people are really stuck with this, what should I be doing? It's ironic that we might not like really strict rules and restrictions, but they're actually less stressful because there's no uncertainty that goes along with it. Certainly people who are anxious to begin with tend to have more difficulty with uncertainty, because one of the ways we control anxiety is the more things in your life that you can have control over and are predictable, the less your anxiety is. So there are certainly a lot of people struggling right now.
Struggling, of course, the Bank of Canada, increased its lending rate by 1% yesterday. That's also thrown something else into the mix, along with this pandemic that seems to be going on forever.
Says she who is just starting a new mortgage this week. Yep. Again, it's what's the right decision to make. So one of the strategies that's really important, first of all, figure out what you have control over. Are there some things that you can say, yep, I am comfortable with this, and this is something that is manageable for me, and then move away from it. You want to make sure you're getting really reputable sources of information. Don't keep seeking out everyone's opinion, because you're going to get as many opinions as you talk to people. And then look back to, how do you handle distress in the past? We have been through 2 years of constant uncertainty. So look back to, well, how did I handle it before? What was the outcome? Actually, maybe it was pretty okay. And some of it is also looking at how susceptible am I to social cues and social peers and social norms, because that can have a huge influence. And then the biggest thing at the moment, guys, be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others, be respectful that others are very much in similar situations and are struggling with making decisions and are making the decisions that are best for themselves. You do the same. Just keep in mind that as new information comes out, you may be then needing to adjust some of those decisions, but that may help. And final thought is, we've got all kinds of really cool research that shows once you've made a decision, you are so much more strongly in support of that decision than when you were on the fence. So figure out what you need to be doing, and then try not to stress as much about the things that are out of your control.
Now, what if we live in a household with children and they're kind of seeing us under this kind of stress? What do we do there?
Well, listen, first of all, model for them. Talk to them about the fact that, you know what, it's really hard when there aren't clear rules, and it's really hard to navigate and not know how to handle a situation. And one of the things that we often do in that kind of thing is we look around to the people around us that we know are similar to us. So talking to them about experiences, for example, with peer pressure, or experiences in terms of how they have navigated that kind of uncertainty, because they've been dealing with it as well. as well. And really just validate, provide them with the accurate information, and then again, make some decisions as a family, and help them explain the reasoning, and also explain that this is our decision for the here and now. Some of your friends and some of their families may be making different decisions. Just be as respectful as you can and stick to your own decisions.
Dr. Janine Hubbard, thank you so much for coming in, and I can't wait to find out what we'll talk about next week.
Likewise. Thanks, Tony.